L8 laminated shafts are the most significant step forward in cue shaft technology for many years. They offer a real performance advantage over standard ash shafts. The L8 is made of 8 pieces of ash cut like a cake in 8 equal segments, and laminated together to create a technologically advanced shaft without parallel. When you bind 8 pieces of wood together, the strength of the 8 pieces is significantly greater than one piece of wood, making the shaft significantly more difficult to break. This provides 3 major elements of differentiation between a standard shaft and this new groundbreaking L8 shaft. Firstly, the laminated shaft is much stronger, which makes the shaft bend less when striking the ball, thus creating less deflection when applying side. In effect, the enhanced rigidity of the shaft means the cue ball takes the side without deviating, bending, as much as a standard ash shaft. Secondly, cue power is important for all players. Because the 8-piece laminated shaft is much stronger, when applying top, side, or screw, the cue ball is far more reactive. This means less action is required to impart on the cue ball all the necessary top, side, and screw. And thirdly, the L8 shaft resists warping far better than a standard shaft. We see the next 5 years being an incredible period for cue sports. This is the first technological advancement snooker has seen in living memory, and we predict the majority of quality players will switch to the L8 shaft within 5 years.
The laminated shaft, I think, is great. I mean, I played with it myself, and there's a lot of people out there that if you want to try and play with a cue which gives very little side, I think this is definitely the cue. There's less deviation on there, and obviously it can only be better. Yeah, I found the L8 shaft very good. I mean, obviously, like you say, the more rigid shaft I think is better because you've got less deflection and less deviation with a cue ball, which can only be a plus, obviously, for the top class players. Yeah, I think the L8 shaft is definitely brilliant. I mean, the great positive about the L8 shaft is that you can get a lot more spin on the cue ball with very little effort. With the L8 shaft, I think it's definitely better. I mean, because it's a stronger shaft and it's a lot more well made, there's less chance of the cue being warped. And obviously, if the cue's warped, you're more difficult to pop balls than what you would be with a straight cue.